Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. I'm Steve, and today I want to answer Jason the Train Peak's switching challenge. And it's supposed to be hashtag TTF challenge or something like that. Instead, I'm going to call it the Great Switch-A-Roo. All right, so for the Great Switch-A-Roo, we're going to utilize a Burlington Blackhawk GP7 coming out of the roundhouse, out of stall number 3. Spin her around to the track feed. Whoops, wrong way. Let's back her up. There we go. And here we go, back out off the turntable. Onto the inner main line. We'll do a crossover to the outer main line and head on off to the Aurora Eola yard, passing ice bunker number 1. And here we are at the Eola yard. And we've got a number of different cars there. First of all, we got to do some sorting. We've got a box car, 2 grain cars, and an ice box reefer. We need to put the ice box reefer there at the ice bunker and loading platforms. One of the grain cars will go over to Fairview and the Pepperidge Farm Bakery. The other grain car will head over to Great Lakes Grain Elevator. And we have a box car which will also go to the Pepperidge Farm. It's got some packaging supplies on it. And finally, we'll attach up a pipe load that needs to go to Heinz Lumber and Supply Company, also in the Fairview area of Downers Grove. So we've isolated the ice bunker reefer, and we'll come and pull these 2 steel rod loads, get them out of the way. Put them back on the other classification line. And we'll go hook up to the pipe load. Inadvertently got us connected to the flat car with the tractor. Pull this out. Set her there for a minute. And it's time to do a little run around. We'll come back grab that ice bunker reefer and give it a shove. The ice house loading platforms. Make sure we have all our switches set. Spin the camera around. There's the ice house. I still have to add some more loading platform as soon as I can find them. Walters makes a add-on kit, but currently out of stock. So we do a shove. We got that reefer there. Now it's time to go back and get our local. Pull it out. And we're going to pull the log and tractor loads. And we're going to set them off on another track. We'll get them sorted on the return. Now in this phase 2 expansion, I added, let's see, 12. I added 22 turnouts, and of the 22 I have put switch machines on 12, so I have 10 more left to do. I use Smales, which have a DCC chip in them, so all my turnouts are DCC controlled, with the exception of the 10 that I here in the yard area that I don't have Smales on yet. Alright, so we've hooked up, we've got our local transfer ready to go, and here we go. And while we will go right past the interchange yard. Alright, here we are going through the farmlands of the far western suburbs. Okay, first we'll pass right on by the Fairview Street Station and Pepperidge Farm Bakery as we cross over from the outer main line to the inner main line, and then we will enter the Van Buren Street Station and Freight Yard. Here we are in the Van Buren Street Station and Freight Yard. We'll pull up a little bit more. Unhook, get the pipe load. Let's shove it back into the Heinz lumber yard and loading platform. And yes, I'm not a prototypical modeler. I know you shouldn't have an unbulkheaded flat car load right behind the engine. And here we are, shoving it up the grade to the loading, unloading, and coal bunker area. And Herman's sitting there waiting at the dock to handle that load. And here we go back on down, and let's go back to the yard and deal with those hoppers boxcar. Alright. Go back in and get the first hopper. That's the one that goes to Putter's Farm Bakery. And here we are, taking it past the Irwin-Cicero engine facility. And we'll put it in spot 1. Okay, now we need the boxcar with the packaging supplies. Probably could have set one of those hoppers off and done them both at the same time, but it didn't work out that way. So here we are. A quick turnaround. We'll put the boxcar in spot 2. Go. Now, we just have the other hopper to go pick up, and the caboose, of course, to take to Great Lakes grain. We'll flip that caboose around to the other end. And here we go. Oh, gotta stop to align the switches. There we go. We stay on the inner main line. Back through some rural northern Illinois scenery. Past the Aurora turntable and roundhouse. And we'll cross the river and set the caboose aside. And then we'll shove this hopper right back into the shed, the grain element, Great Lakes grain. Got some dirty track there. Haven't used this siding in a long, long time. Also helps turn the track power on to the siding. That's always a bad thing. Alright. Go back and pick up our caboose. Sitting right there at the bridge. Need to get one of those fancy track cleaning cars. Make sure all my switches are reset. And off we go. Cross over to the outer main line. Past the Berwyn Cicero Engine Facility. And right on past where we were earlier, Pepperidge Farm Bakery. Fairview Street Station. Through some rural farmland. Past the 6302 steamer display. Come around the Aurora roundhouse. We got to drop that caboose off. So we'll stop here for a second, reset that switch, and we'll shove that caboose back in to the Aurora Eola freight yard. And we still have some cars to clean up back there. So we picked up those two flat car load steel rod. We're going to take that and go pick up those tractors and logs. Get them, because that's technically my runaround track. Shove that caboose down one of the classification tracks. Go back and pick up those flat cars. And we'll shove those flat cars back down that classification track with that caboose. So that local will be ready to go as well. And all we gotta do now is head on back to the house. We'll do a reset that switch. We'll cross over to the inner main line. And down to the entrance for the siding and the access to the turntable and roundhouse. Alright, we'll spin her around to stall number 3. Alright, and put her away. Alright, so there you have it. My answer to the Train Freak switching challenge, aka the Great Switch-A-Roo. I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.